GDFL Netball Show brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment Centre, Corio Bay Health Group, Blood Suzuki.
Good morning and welcome to the GDFL Netball Show for round 2. Joining me on the show this morning is Fiona Neal from the West Geelong Netball Club. How are you, Fiona?
I'm well this morning, Bertie. How are you?
I'm very good.
That's good.
Looking forward to this afternoon?
I am. It's going to be hopefully a bit better game than we had last week starting off. So that's our hope anyway.
Yeah. Also joining us on the show this morning is the Bellpost Hill coach, Terry Corrie. Terry, good morning.
How you going, Bird?
Very good.
Very good.
How you feeling today?
Oh, relieved.
Relieved?
I'm looking forward to today. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'll be a good hit out today.
Absolutely. You've got Corio a bit later on this afternoon.
Always tough.
So after, and we'll talk about the Inverleigh game a little bit later on in the show, but after that nail biter last week, hopefully the girls can put things together and get a win on the board later on this afternoon for you.
Hopefully. We'll see what comes out of it.
Okay. Look, we'll have a quick look at last week's games, and of course round 1 last week we had Anarchy hosting North Geelong. North Geelong, of course, came home with the goods, 44 goals to Anarchy 31. And Tori Miller back at North Geelong, Fiona, for the first time in a couple of years, and came out and shot 26 goals.
Look, a good start for her being back there. And last week on the show talked about North Geelong probably winning this game, but I don't think it's too bad a start for Anarchy shooting 31 goals. They are pretty much starting fresh out there, so I don't think it's a bad start for them. Yep. But, you know, North Geelong were too strong on the day, and well done to them, yeah.
Terry, we talked about in the past, we've talked about development and recruitment. And, of course, Tori Miller went out to Inverleigh there for a couple of years. And now she finds herself back at North Geelong again. I'm not exactly sure what's happened. When Inverleigh is on the show, we'll have to ask him. But you surprised at her going back to North Geelong?
I am surprised. I don't know the story behind it, and I don't know why she's back at North Geelong. I'm sure North Geelong would have welcomed her back with open arms. Mm-hmm. Probably something you'd have to ask Tori, but yeah, I guess she went out there with great expectations, and maybe she's got out of it what she wanted to get out of it, and she'll probably bring something back to North, or maybe it didn't work out the way she wanted it to, or the way she thought it was going to. I wouldn't know. Yeah.
We'll just see what happens there. Later on today, North have got Winch, so that'll be an interesting game and see how Tori stands up against the Winchelsea defenders. I know Amy Worth down there, probably play goalkeeper on her. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Werribee 58 defeated Geelong West 24. Fiona, you were there.
I was.
Explain to us what happened.
Look, we went into this game with no expectations of winning at all. We actually walked away with our heads held high going, we have betted last year, and that is our aim against Werribee and Winchelsea. We don't think that we will win against those teams. Yes, it's slowly getting better for us, and there were some really good things that we did during the game. There were some really bad things that we did as well, and that's okay. We can only improve on this, and that's the aim of this year, that we improve from last year against every team that we played. Werribee, amazing. Just they know each other's game back to front, and it was really, really difficult for us, but I don't think we did too badly. 2 years ago when we were playing Werribee, they were beating us by 100 points. So that's how far we have come in 2 years. Yep. And we're moving forward, and that's the aim.
I suppose, Terry, when you think about it, that's the aim of every team, is to try and improve themselves from year to year. And when you play up against those powerhouses in the league, you have your Werribees, your Winches, your Bellpost Hills, and if you're on the bottom half of the ladder, you just want to try and improve your game and reduce the margin to what it was maybe last year or 2 years ago, and just slowly improve.
Yeah, they're the benchmark of the competition, there's no doubt. And I don't mind the talent that they've got on their side, because it is a target to try and get to. Yeah. We beat Winch once last year. They were undermanned a bit, and so were we. We beat Werribee for the first time in the whole history of the competition in the preliminary final, which was fantastic. Whether we can maintain where we are, they certainly would have the ability, I would assume, to maintain where they are. So it's a continuous test and challenge, and it is tough. It is tough, and if you're coming from one of the bottom 5 sides, you'd probably dread rolling up on the day. But again, it's about what you guys get out of it as a team and a group, and you've shown the improvement, so that must be satisfying moving forward.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. The next game, East Geelong came away with a 55-30 win against Thompson. Of course, I was there for that game. Had a great first quarter, shot 20 goals in the first quarter, so that sort of set us up for the rest of the game. Probably special mention to Cassie Morris, who's a new player out at East Geelong this year. She's come down from Manangatang in the Central League, up near Swan Hill there, and she played wing defence on the weekend and absolutely played a great game in wing defence. Of course, Melissa Bragg's back again with Shay Rowbottom, the 2 youngsters there in goals, and they definitely acquitted themselves well. They're only, of course, they're 16 this year instead of they were 15 last year, but both girls are, shooting really well again. Rebecca Marr, of course, running through the centre there. Rebecca's just an absolute machine, and she just does not stop. Courtney McLeod for Thompson put up a great game. She played goals all game, and they've got a new coach, of course, down at Thompson, and it was his first taste of the big time. So I'm sure that later on this afternoon, when Thompson play Bannockburn, they might be looking for their first win of the season.
Have you turned over any players, Bird? You got the same list, or you betted, or...?
No, we've lost a couple of girls. We lost our goal defence from last year, Megan Renouf. She got married on a honeymoon at the moment, actually. She may come back to the club, but we'll just keep we'll just hope she does, but we're not 100% sure about that. And also Peter Kenny had a total knee reconstruction. Went down in the last game of last year, round 18.
That was a bad one, wasn't it? That was a bad one.
That was a bad, losing her. Really hurt us during the final series. We'll just see how we go. Next game, Corio 64 defeated Belmont 27. Easy win there for Corio first up. Nicole Traynor and Tammy Aldridge shooting the lights out. Nice win.
Yeah, a bit of experience there in the Corio team. It never goes astray having the experience and working together. 64 goals is a great effort for them.
Yeah.
Bit of a struggle for Belmont, but...
All right, we'll talk about this game. Winchelsea 74 defeated Bannockburn 16. We'll talk about that in the next segment. Heidi Shaw was on, one of the co-coaches from Bannockburn. Terry, thanks for coming in this morning. Do appreciate it.
Anytime, mate.
And actually, we're going to have you on later in the show anyway. We'll talk about Bellpost Hill and Inverleigh a bit later on.
No problems.
And Fiona will be back after the break, and we'll continue on.
Okay.
Catch you soon.
GDFL Netball Show brought to you by Buckley's Entertainment Centre, Corio Bay Health Group, Blood Suzuki,